Greetings to you one and all. I have returned from Bali at Easter, where I had a retreat with 14 beautiful people, and Goodchild in his new way of just popping in whenever he fancied it, with my permission of course, and the Federation of Light also. We had such an uplifting, enlightening week that I feel on fire. Truly, we all had such sort of life-changing feelings and thoughts about ourselves, you know. I really sort of got what the Federation of Light are talking about really understanding the light that you are. And I'm sure there's a long way to go, but even so, it was absolutely great. I couldn't have wished for anything more. The food was so high energy, the place was just beautiful, and as I say, the people that I met, our family of light, were just friends for life and other lives and lives to come. So I was really pleased with that, and I just thought it time that I did another video, because Goodchild and I got on so well. You know, with all the chatting that he did, hours and hours and hours of chatting amongst people. There was this thing, you know, this whole thing of him coming down off the pedestal and just, you know, being one of the guys type of thing, and just chatting. You know, it was such a change in the way we work. So it's really inspired me to get out and about and do much more of it. And before she continues on and on, she being my very, very good associate Blossom, with respect, that I will pop in here to say also that for me to be able to work in this new way is life-changing for Blossom and myself. It is so encouraging, so high, what would I say, of high energy to be able to just chat with you in normality, if you like. So I am very pleased, and I am happy that we are to do this video today. Believe me, Blossom was, would we say, faffing about, trying to get this right and that right, and before we began she said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I have been ready for over half an hour, Blossom." He's quite right. It's very true. The faffing about to get the light, you know, to get it all right is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, so that, there we go. There was many things spoken about in Bali. It just veered off from one conversation into another question, etc., etc. But our main focus was, as I say, about bringing the light that you are into your being and shining it out. And I mean, I know he's got loads to say, so I'll let him get on with it. It is about the recognizing of that light within you. You know this is not new. You know that this is who you are, and yet it is about the feeling of that recognition, about really, really, really feeling it within. We have spoken of the higher energies coming through, and now that they are and have been filtering through for such an amount of time, and your beings have lifted up in celebration into that higher energy, you can feel now the difference within you. Can you not? Yes, you can. And so now it is not only about the feeling within you, where you feel those higher, lighter, brighter energies, my friends. It is about changing the thought programming that has been going on with you and your ancestors for eons of time. It is, one speaks so much of
how would we say, of that, well, it is very difficult down here on this planet. You can have that thought programming if you choose, but is it not time that it was changed? Yes, it is. Change all this programming of how difficult it is down here, all the intake of and digestion of chemicals, etc., etc. Do you know how much we are fed on the news, etc., etc., all the depressing stuff, etc., etc. You can choose to take it in and listen to it, or you can choose to change your programming, because now it is time. Do not allow such things to cause a change in your vibration. Why would you do that when you know it is detrimental to your very breathing, if you like? Now that you know so much more, my friends, now that you truly know, yes, I get this now, I get that we are light down here shining it, but on a much deeper understanding of yourself, now that you know this, make the change. Make the change regarding those thoughts that no longer serve you. Be so much more aware of them, and when they come into your being, recognize them immediately and say, no, I am not of that. I am not of that density anymore. I am being the higher vibration. I am within it now. And these things that are so fear-based do not serve me. So therefore, dismiss them. Get rid of them. Move on into and up the ladder into the higher frequencies of the higher vibration. You will find that your world changes so rapidly. You will find that you no longer are bumping into those souls that, as you see them coming with respect. I just have to stop him there for a moment, because in Bali we found that we said with respect so much that we changed it to WR. It's just a lot quicker. Didn't realise how much we said it, and I've realised, and the Federation of Light have now got onto that as well, because it's like, with respect. But I do get where he's coming from, in that it is with the greatest of respect that this is said. And it is with the greatest of respect. I can't remember what he was talking about now. Can you? Of course it is that I can. I was talking about as you climb up the higher ladder, with respect, when a soul, oh yes, that's what it was, when a soul that you know is of a more depressive state of mind and brings gloom and doom, when you see them coming, sometimes you might think, oh no, oh dear, here we go, shine your light, etc. But it is that those souls will not be coming your way, because your vibration only attracts to you that which is of your vibration. And so therefore it is only those beings of joy and happiness that come skipping and bouncing into your view, that you will say, hello, how are you? And the whole process of living, my friends, will become of so much more joy. When I say, do you see what I mean? You are not, I am thinking to use the word thick. But I'm having a bit of a, no, I don't think you can say that, but he just did, so. It is not that you are of a dimmer brain, nobody is. It is that you are intelligence itself, and intelligence itself knows that the joy of life itself has to come from within you. We speak over and over again, do we not, of you seeking it from outside of your being. All the time it is when this happens, when I get that, when I do this, when I change my job. It is then that you think, I will be happier then, things will be better then. Things will be better right this minute. Right this minute. When you change your thought pattern to that understanding of, I know now I am light, love. I know it in the core of my being. I get now why I came down to this planet. I came down to change it. And how did I agree I would change it? Oh yes, by shining my light. But if you look back, my friends, to 10 years of your life ago, you would say, oh yes, White Cloud has said it is about shining my light. And yes, I know I am here to shine my light. That 10 years ago was a different light from the light it is today, in this moment. Because of the higher energies that allow the lightness, the lighterness of yourselves to shine and radiate forth. And B, because those higher energies are allowing you to accept and fully remember that higher light that you are. And that is a rippling effect as you continue on in those higher frequencies, gaining more and more of yourself and bringing it in. Then the more and more you understand of your light, and the more and more lightness you choose to shine. You are stepping out of the old ways. You are recognizing, I use that word so many times, but that is a very handy word. You recognize that the old ways have to be completely discarded. You cannot change your world if you still allow yourself to slip into those old patterns, those old habits, those places within yourself that you tell yourself you are not good enough to do this, you are not good enough. Some people, do you know, some people tell themselves they are not good enough to serve. Can you imagine that? What a thing to tell yourself. I am not good enough to serve, therefore I won't. My friends, this is what I am speaking of. We are beyond all that now. We know. You know. Do you not? That every bit of your being, every particle of radiant light that you are, came to this planet to do that very thing, to serve it, to serve the whole entirety of it. Those upon it, those within it, everything that is. And by doing so, you know now that you are not just serving yourself, the planet, the people upon it, the souls within it. You are serving all that is by serving in, as, through, of love. I desire with all that I am that you take the choice to know the truth that you are. Shine. You give permission. Can you believe I am saying that? You give permission to yourself to shine as brightly as you can. But I say that because it is as if you need to say, I give permission to you now, because for so long I did not give you permission. I shut you down because that is what I knew. I was bombarded with negativity and negative energies till I could no longer see through. But that has all changed now. So therefore, to my soul, I give you permission to shine. And I shall do it the best I can in every minute of my breathing day and night. I will shine my light.
Okay. Go. You go. You go for it, White Cloud. He gets very passionate, you know, in this new way. Not that he wasn't passionate before, but it's very, what's the word? I won't be able to think of it. Full on isn't quite the passionate. Yes, let's just keep with that passionate. That sounds okay. I had been thinking, because in Bali, I know I keep going on about Bali, but in Bali the Federation of Light, as I said, came through. And they haven't actually come through and spoken for, when I looked it up, I think over a year or something. And I thought, oh, you know, about time we let them have a little airing. So I think I feel they could be nearby. And so I'll see and give it a go at bringing them in. I just want to say something about the Federation of Light. It's so, when I channel them on more or less a weekly basis, and I, you know, telepathically I'm typing away on my computer, and then the thought comes and I do my bit, and the thought comes and comes, and I type away. That is a relationship I know well with them. When I allow them, interesting word, but it's true, when I allow them to come through in this way, I do have a bit of an issue with their very high-pitched voice that they do. And I'm thinking, oh, could we not normalise that a bit? And, you know, they do a bit of stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's a bit theatrical. Just got to be honest. That bit for me is like, But that's what comes through. And so I have to just trust that. The good thing about them coming through, apparently, it has been known that, you know, when White Cloud comes through, I do, you know, especially in many years ago, when we first began, dear God, I looked like 150. All the lines came out like a really old man, and this, that, and the other. That's got a bit better. And when the Federation came through, people say, you know, all the lines go off my face and I look a lot younger. Well, let's bring it on, shall we? If only they would remain with me all day. So vain, so insecure. Anyway, so let's see if those lines are going to instantly disappear. Because, you know, that's what it's all about. No, seriously, seriously, with respect, WR, I shall now just tune in and hopefully bring them in. welcome to you. We are trying, and the lady is most impressed instantly, for we took heed of that which she spoke regarding the higher pitched sound when we came through. So we are doing our very best to bring that down a little. That nodding is of her approval. We do aim to please. Dearest souls, if you were to see the energy that is enlightening your planet now, you would be jumping for joy. Such change has occurred and shall continue to do so. And you, dearest ones, are such an enormous, integral part of what is taking place. You have been feeling so lost, so within thoughts of what is the point. We tell you, celebrations all around for that which you have contributed by being your light upon your planet, has made the difference required. Do you understand that which we say? You have made the difference required. Which means all is so well. All is speeding up rapidly, so that these changes shall be tangible. It shall be that it is no longer that we say the changes are within, for indeed this is so. Yet those changes that have taken place within will soon portray outwardly the difference you have made. Changes within your environment, changes for the better within nature, all of nature. Changes that will make your heart sing. The veils between other worlds, other dimensions, are lifting, as we have said. So many more of you as you walk through nature shall not only feel the elemental kingdom, You shall play within their world with them. So many of you shall step into dimensional energy fields that are not of your planet, just for a short while, just for a game, just for play, just for pleasure, just for fun. To share with others who you are and where you come from. And do you understand that this means, dearest souls, that others from dimensional energetic frequencies not of your planet shall be able to, would we say, jump into yours for a short while. And those periods of time shall elongate as one is able to stay for longer settings, as the energies and the vibrations continue to rise. You are there, dearest souls. You have crossed over the line. Rejoice. Rejoice in your being. Rejoice with one another. It is so. It is so. It is so. We love you. Very interesting. When White Cloud speaks through me, it's just me, normal, feels normal. When the Federation comes through, I get a really sharp pain in this ginormous ball that I have in the back of my head. Everybody has this at the top of the nape of their neck. You know, there's a little sort of channel that runs up into your head, and if you have a feel, you can feel this little ball. Most people can. And for most people it's quite small. Mine is enormous. Lucky me. But it is that that takes place. Apparently, if one is a channeler, that is where the energy enters, so I'm told. I can't remember who by, it was quite a long time ago, and people say, "My Blossom, you've got a big one." And indeed, I have. So anyway, there we are. What a nice little chat. How nice that they came in, and I was so pleased that the voice came down a bit, because usually it's very way out there, and I'm thinking, oh love, come on, let's bring it down a bit. And they did, bless them. They certainly tried.
And it is now that Blossom and I are both feeling that less is more, as they say in her theatrical world. Leave them wanting more. And also, I am aware that your time is precious. Many of you have much to get done, much to accomplish, to get out there and smile and laugh amongst souls. So therefore, we will keep this at a respectable length, would we say. My friends, so much is taking place. It is so exciting, and you can feel it when you give yourself a moment's breather to do so. I know you can. I know you will. My love, all that I am, I offer to you.
And I will also say thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this message has served you in some large or small offering. And so thank you. Keep shining your light, because clearly it's working. Until next time, I will say goodbye, and I will let White Cloud finish with the blessing.
Give thanks to the Divine Oneness for allowing this conversation to take place. We ask always that we may remain humble in order to serve and to receive, that we may continue to walk boldly as the light and the love. Adieu, my friends. Adieu.
Thanks to each one. See you again next time. Bye.